Welcome everyone to this episode, and in this episode we haven't got much more to do. We've set up the multifunction control unit and that's all working. I'm going to make a separate video of how to use the controller and what each function does and how to action that function. But first we need to finish off this gorgeous truck. So we need, I'm going to work my way from this side. We're going to make up 2 exhaust heat guards, and that is in section 48, just over here. So we need to grab handles. There are 5 in the kit and they are all the same size. If we look on this diagram here, I'll do a close-up of it. It tells you how many holes to come round and how many holes to come down. So just be mindful of that. First, before we do that, we need a handful, a sprinkling of these very small M2 4mm nuts. And because there are 5 handles and there's 4 on each, so that's how many we need, 20. So let's count how many holes across. So it's 6 holes across. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is in the centre, you can really see that. And we go down 4 holes on that row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's in the 4th hole. Okay, so basically it's 3 from the top, 3 from the bottom, straight in the middle. So we need to wind on a nut on each end. Yeah, I've been looking at this for the last day or so and thinking this is so close to finishing and it looks amazing. I'm not going to pack it away in the boxes until I'm ready to stop looking at it. So we go in the middle, 3 down in the 4th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and in that one. And then we put, the hell is that? I'm using my little 4mm socket driver. The Tamiya box spanner does the job perfectly well. I just thought I'd make my life a little bit easier. You have to use that little tool that you get on G7 because the box spanner doesn't go in here. So just knit those up. Of course we make 2. So have you enjoyed following this build? I've really enjoyed making these videos. I've enjoyed reading the comments. Some very interesting comments coming out. Some negative ones, but hey, you have to have negative comments. That's not going well. Can't get that one on there. Yeah, you got to have the negative comments or it just cancels out. all the positive ones, you have to have negative and you have to have positive. So yeah, bring them on. I'd love to know what you think. Oh my god, that one really took some getting on, but take your time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. That's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make it easy and let's put the nut in there so we can push through into there. Just nip it up, don't need to really put some weight. You don't need to put any weight on it because it's not holding anything on. It's just purely decoration. And that's those. Three more. I'm not going to bore you with putting those first 6 bolts on, so give me 2 seconds and they're done. And I'm going to put 2 on the sleeper cab. I get my towel while I'm juggling it around. And that just fits through there like that. Let me come around here a little bit. And I don't think I'm going to get that big thing in the sleeper cab, so I'm going to revert back to using that G part that we use to spin the mirror nuts on the inside. So as you can see, there's my little LCD TV speaker, same specs as the multifunction control speaker, which is 4 ohms 5 watt, and the sleeper unit itself will act as like a speaker, an extra speaker box. So don't worry about the size of the speaker, because if you imagine an LCD TV is more than enough to fill your room, up. And it's only a small TV, so they are in. Put the next one on here. Obviously we've got the stickers to put on, but that is what I consider icing on the cake. This tape that I've put around the sleeper cab is where the bottom of the stripe goes that you see on the door. So when I install the stripe along there, before I pull the masking tape off, just gives me a guide as to where the bottom of the graphic needs to be. Measure, 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 because it's only applied once. If you screw up, you need to reorder your graphics, because they're not the kind of graphics that will peel off easily to a point where they will. So I'm going to put the stickers on here, the arrow that on here, and then I'm going to detail the handles on the door and on the sleeper cab. So that can go there for the moment, and the rear door needs one on also. These are really fiddly. Oh, I can use my big one now. Very close. I'm really excited about this build. It's been really quite a journey that I've shared with you guys. Don't need that anymore. We need these parts to latch the cab, and we need the bolts for that, which is 2 of those and 2 of those. These are BFs and these are BCs. I'm going to put the BFs on first, that hold these brackets down. They just fit on like that. Not sure what step this is. Let me have a look when I've just got this screw in. This is step 54 for the rear door. Hope I've flashed that up on screen already. So that pushes in there. Don't do it too much, because if you slip with your screwdriver, it is going to scratch your paint. So the shorter BF tap-in screws. What I did on one of my other trucks is I glued these black things on, then screwed them on to hold them in place, and then after I took the screw out, this was still stuck in place, and I filled the hole so you couldn't see it. And that is how they go. Just like that. These are the sliding locks. They go through this way around like this. They go through there like that, and I'm just going to put a little bit of silicone slip on there. Nothing too serious, just so it slides easily on this back edge, and then push this through here like that. I'm going to turn that over, and then that can go. I do like the contrast between the black and green. I didn't know whether to so not too tight, just back it off a little bit so that can beautiful. So I'm going to put the dab on there. Yeah, I quite like that black and green look. I was unsure about the bolts that hold the cab down and the sleeper cab, but yeah, I think the black and green look really good. And they are the catches that catch on either side of the sleeper, and I'll give this a polish afterwards. So that's that done. The exhaust stacks, because they are equal either way, we have these caps that go in the middle, and we should have two nice shiny tubes in one of your pressed parts bag. So fitting the exhausts, the instruction manual tells you here, right, not to go all the way through with the threads, because the threads can hit the upright stack of that on there. And it also tells you here in section 48 how many holes to count around. Now, in the past, I found that if I count those holes around and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, if I fit that in there like so, if I put that over there, that's not in the middle. So I fit the heat guard there like that, because I want this to be in the middle, which that is exactly on the side. So yeah, just watch out for that. I'll wind those down a little bit, find out where I prefer it. I like it there, that's where I like it. And then just with these 4mm screws, bolts, nuts, whatever they are, on there. Come on, get on there. And they are as simple as that. So I'll show you before I fit this that those screws are down there, but it is slightly offset to this side, and I'm going to put that just over there like that, so that is perfectly on the side of the truck. Then put one of these chrome plated washers, put that straight down over the top there like that. Just push it down with a screwdriver, and then place one of these exhaust stacks. There's a little line just here, then just press down and twist, and that is one side done. Let me go ahead and do the other side using the same principle of placing the heat shield over the truck and then finding out where you prefer it. I prefer it, I mean, a lot of people are going to say I want it slightly forward, but I prefer it just around there. Right, the parts that I'm going to glue on I will be leaving till last, because I don't want to move the truck around after I've just applied glue. I am not using super glue, I'm just using the Yoo-Hoo all-purpose, and that can fit straight down there. That can fit just there, and that exhaust top can just screw in there like that. That is that bit done. Now the glue on parts is the windshield wipers, the air horns and the sun visor. Now I will leave them till last, because while I'm playing around with everything else, I don't want to knock them off. And what am I going to be putting on. I'll put these just back over here for now. Move my towel for a second. And just put that there. Close the book because I'm going to apply the graphics to the cab and need my scissors. So obviously this smaller opening is the inside. So here goes. One of these graphics. Just cutting roughly between the two. So, okay. Again, these graphics were supplied to me by RC Truck Graphics, and I asked for them. I said I was in a desperate rush for them, and he absolutely nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. So big thank you to RC Truck Graphics for doing me this massive favour, because without the graphics the project is never finished. See, I've gone over a little bit here. I have plenty of room, so even though I provide him with the measurements, he has gave me more than enough length on the whole thing. So I'm just working that in with my nail, not too hard. I'm going to have to apply a little bit of heat over these hinges. I'm going to stretch. No, I'm not. Don't stretch. So yeah, in there. Just take your time. Really take your time. Don't go rushing ahead just because you can see. Don't make that final sprint to the end. It's never worth risking. You've seen the videos, never celebrate too early. I'm going to put these on when I've taken this top piece off. And quite typically I cannot find, I've found it. I can cut that off on the inside because apply a little bit of hairdryer heat for that. And that one. So that is that side. Just rub that in there, just so it stretches into there. And there we have that side done. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to do the same on this side. Okay, graphics are on. I'm going to have to take out this little bit just here, because if I twist a bolt onto it, it's just going to turn the graphic around. So I'm going to get my X-Acto knife, or a blade at least, because before I put the graphic on the back panel, need to know where it needs to be. Where's that blade? Just there. So I'm just going to press into that. I'm not going to push or pull the blade. And the same here. Just going to push until it goes through. That should come on. That's that one done. Don't want to pull off that front edge, so I'm just going to push into there like that. And my tweezers are nowhere to be seen. So that bolt hole is now ready. That side. There's my tweezers. Again, just right on the edge of that bolt hole. Yes, there like that. Just take your time. Tweezers. That is on there like that. Now, kick the camera, tripod. Let's make some room. Now, when I have to plug this speaker in, I have done a full install on this MFC unit and setup. I'm just going to plug the speaker in before we fit the sleeper cab. Take your time and line it up. We don't want to ruin anything. And then this sheet of plastic can just put that there 1 second. That can go down the back. There's nothing holding this in. That's just there. And then that can just slide into place. We have the SBF M3 6mm screws. That. Looking, that is level with that, and even though the heat shield is kind of masking that, so you can't really see down there, but you can see. Look at that, isn't that absolutely stunning? Right, I'm going to make myself some room up there by stacking the A, B, C, D, E, F parts bits up so I can get up there, and that fits in like so. Now for the stripe across the back. I'm going to cut this just there, and crouch down so I can get that there on the left and there on the right. And then I can take that out and then work from the middle outwards. Push that right up into the corner. Ooh, it's just touched a rivet, so good bit of pressure around that. Same on this side. Press that so it punches into the rivet. And there's no air bubbles under there. Thank you very much. And then I'm going to fold these around the edge. Press them into place. That is absolutely fantastic because the rivet is equal distance there and there. Now whoosh, look at that. My God, I do actually, this is why I don't put all the bling on all at once. Right, this is turning out better than I thought. They're looking okay. Might put a bit of heat on them. The ones on the cab seem to have behaved themselves. They don't seem to be causing too much of an issue. I'm just going to make myself a fresh cup of that because that has gone cold. Bit of a break there, and now we're back. We just need to put some more graphics on, which would be the weight of the vehicle that's on the bottom of the door, and obviously the S Pruitt. So without further ado, I'm not cutting too close to the actual sticker itself, but I will be cutting it enough to place on the door with enough room for manoeuvring. Okay, let me get 2 boxes to help tilt the truck. Hobbywing quick run speedos come in handy for that. The 1060s are more than enough for these rigs, and I'm just going to use my wool just to get rid of that fingerprint that I saw. Now this is the good bit, is to get this off the blue paper without it coming off the clear bit, because we have to keep that spacing. Same applies to those tyre graphics that people like to put on their Scanias. I think they do look nice, they do. Right, as you can see, we are left with that. I'm going to hold that by the clear bit. I'll hold that in the middle. Where would you say the middle is? Between the R and the U? What do you think? Between the R and the U? Looks pretty close, because there's a space between the dot and that. And I am just going to put that halfway between the profile of the door here and the hinge on this side, and I'm going to put it midway between the bottom of the window to the bottom, to the top of that stripe, and there. I'm happy with that. And pull the clear bit off just to leave that lettering very carefully. Pull it over at a diagonal angle. Wow. Andrew Shaw, your graphics are brilliant. Very easy to work with. That can go in my bag of spare graphics, because you have done me 4 of the weight of the vehicle and 3 of the S Pruitt. You do that because it's easy to cock up on these, so yeah, good thinking there, RC Truck Graphics. I know I keep banging the drum, but I think if anybody's worthy of a shout, give them a shout. We're all free to slag people off if they don't provide a good service, but you know, if somebody does provide a good service, shout about it. You know, I think they'll appreciate it. I'm going to trim that off the edge there, because I know what I'm doing. I don't need to work with too much. Oh, they are coming off lovely. Very slowly, very gently. Wow, brilliant. And just holding it by the clear bit. Again, I'm going to hold it by the tweezers. And I'm going to go downwards because this step is in the way. me do it left-handed so you can see and my arm's not in the way. Would that be a nice good job? I can do both hands. Right. I'm going to take that heat shield off just for a second, just so I can get these tweezers a little bit in. I'm just going to go just above the bottom door line, halfway between this handle and the hinge over here. I'm going to place that just there. Give that a rub. I'm not going to use tweezers. I'm just going to pull that off. Wow, look at that. Excellent. Right, I'm going to give this a really good polish after I've done. Don't need these, I'll keep them in my spares bag. I'm going to turn it round, I'll do the other side and I'll see you. Okay, they're on the other side, and now I'm just going to add some detail to this handle here and to this handle here, and I'm going to use this, which is liquid chrome in a pen, and it's made by a company called Molotow, the original, made in Germany. I don't know if you can make that out. No, not really, but yeah, it's Molotow. Item number 703101. Get a part sprue and practice on a piece that really doesn't matter, and get a feel for how this works, and really this is how fine the lines can be. And I can write my name in chrome just on there. It's very slippery. I'll try it on this piece. There you go. It's as fine as that. So I'm going to now be brave and paint that gorgeous paint. Use my woolen jumper just to rub off there. So here goes. I'm going to rest my pinky finger on here, and shall I zoom in so you can see what it is I'm doing? I'm not going to do this left-handed, trust me. That's not going to turn out as good as what I think. So hopefully you can see what I'm going to do here. No, you can't. Let me... If I do it like... Maybe, yeah. Let's have a go. A little bit down the side. How does that grab you? Fantastic. yeah, I breathe out, hold my breath. If you take a couple of deep breaths, you get oxygen into your blood, and you can hold your breath for a little bit longer than usual because your blood's all oxygenated, and you've got a much steadier grip. So now I'm going to do the front handle. I don't care if you can't see because I'm going behind this exhaust stack. Yeah, I'm happy with them. Now the same on the other side. Did I do that? Yeah, I'm going to do the fenders. So I'm not going to bore you with that. What I will do is I'll do a Billy Whiz. Right then folks, that's the liquid chrome applied to the edges of the front fenders and the handles on the sleeper and doors, both sides. And now it is time to put some stickers on. I still haven't put on these parts just yet. Let me get rid of that because we know where the windshield wipers go. I'll not put the visor on, I'll not put the air horns on. This is because I'm still juggling around with the truck and I don't want to knock them off. So I have metallized stickers. They're way too big. So what I'm looking for is some for the sides of the sleeper and some for the bottom of the mud flaps. They look like they will fit. Yeah, happy with them. So I'm going to go ahead, and before I fit that one, I will find to see if I have two. Yes, I do. I got these from a guy in, I think, Slovakia, called Rob Klar, Arca Stickers. And yeah, he does them as a package. He sells them on eBay. These weren't special order. These were not any kind of custom order from him. So yeah, go and search for him. I think his name's Robert Klar. Lives in Slovakia, but fantastic shipping from his country of origin, and absolutely fantastic quality for the metallized stickers. I think I've also got some MAC ones from him that are just stock off eBay. So we're getting the little bits and bobs on there now, and I've had these stickers on my other trucks and they've been on 5 years, and yeah, they haven't really come off in all that time. Very good, but make sure your surfaces are clean. So, some gangster outside playing loud music from his car, because I don't know why people do that. I've never done that. So that KW emblem can go just above that bolt. I'm going to try and trim that down along the bottom edge. I'll get that closer to the bolt, put it over there. In fact, I'm going to risk it by taking it off this back in. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Wow, that's a good adhesive. So that's going to go just, I'm going to put it there actually, next to the bolt. It goes in between those row of rivets. That's the one. Yeah, good shout that. Good shout. Just between them rows of rivets. Notice I'm always moving the truck with its rear towards me. Because I don't want to be catching those front fenders. Still very aware that I don't know how long that Molotow liquid chrome takes to dry. I'm going to put some glue on those tank. Just there. Nice little Kenworth badge. Just there, between them rivets. So now we need to zoom out. I've not put the headlight lenses in yet. They look fantastic, so I'm going to put this on. It is double-sided tape, nothing too difficult about that. This has been a journey. This has been a journey, and I'm glad you've been along and join it with me. That press on there. Oh my word. I'm going to put these hood ornaments, logos, I think I'm going to put them level with this fender indicator, just there in between those lines, not sticking to the stickers. Again, they're just very, very fine double-sided tape. I'm going to use my tweezers to drop them. And I'm going to try not to touch that fender because I don't know if it's set. So let me get this, just grip that. Oosh. Ooh. So I know that the back edge of this graphic was just in line with the back edge of this fender indicator. So I'll just go between the lines and press on. And they are it. There's a couple of little things I need to address around the headlight lenses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way down, get my blade, cut the windshield wipers off this part sprue. Carefully. Right, it has a little pin right on the bottom, so they can go on here like so. We don't put them that way. We have them standing upwards. I've seen people have them like that. I think it might be a personal choice for them. But to be correct, they need to be settled in the middle of the windshield. And I'm going to try and do the surround of the windshield. Right, that's that. So I'm going to do a bit whiz around this. That took me about 20 minutes. That was painstaking, but it's all in the details. Right, I need to find how to put on these air horns, and these are quite simply going on there. And what I do need to do is make sure that these pegs go in and they are bonded onto something. Now they do have a slight collar on there, so there is a drill bit that I'm just going to place on there, and I'm just going to use my fingers just to expose base plastic, so the glue is not sticking to paint, it's actually sticking to the plastic. Just be careful, no pressure, just let the weight of the drill, which might be less than half an ounce, And that's that. You didn't see any of that. You didn't see me drilling my roof out. So yeah, just got a small 3mm drill bit. Never try and catch anything, mate, because if you do, you might just grab it and catch the paint with it, and that would be not very helpful. Also need to do these wipers, just expose a little bit of plastic. So test fit first, just make sure that they do go into the hole, and they do actually fit in there. That one's a little snug and that one is just right. So I'm just going to use the Yoo-Hoo Pegamento Universal, which is in Spanish. So I'm just going to get a little dab on there and a little one on there. Get rid of that little cat's whisker and press that one in there like that. There's a little cat's whisker on there. Got it. Not too much. If you've got too much on, just wipe it off. This doesn't cloud or bloom. Get rid of those cat's whiskers. Wunderbar. It's all very nerve-wracking stuff, this, when you're just doing the last bit of details. One sneeze and all that hard work is for nothing. So I'm just going to hold that there for a short second. I'm not going to touch the inside of the window with it. You can't see absolutely anything. So that has actually just dropped in there. So if that's the case, how it's going to play, I'm going to get back up. So that can now go in there. This can go across the middle, just there, and that can just move. And they can just bond into there. And the last piece is the sun visor test fit. Right. I feel the need for some double-sided tape. I'm not happy with gluing that on. Scissors. I'm just going to cut a thin strip and then stick it on there. I think this is how I did the snowman one. That's been on there 5 years, never come off. And if I think back, I also think the BJ McKay one is as well. Where's the blade? Yeah, happy with that. That is quite stable on there. I think I've done that with a couple of my trucks, to be perfectly honest. I've seen some people just put a drill through there and bolt that in, but not for me. I don't want to bolt a head on there. Right, I can officially say that this is now finished. You can obviously see that I've had a bit of a tidy up. That's because I've been waiting for 2 weeks for these headlight lenses to arrive from Japan. I got these from Stellar Models and they are S parts clear for the Tamiya container trailer, because if you remember, I fitted the light buckets from the original King Hauler bumper to make up the twin headlights. Now I know in the movie that it was a W900 A W925 which had round headlights. Don't like the round headlights, so I'm kind of giving this a modern twist with, I think, the W900L square headlights. Yeah, that is it finished. I have noticed a couple of comments saying I've missed some screws out of the servo bracket at the front. They are in. I did check, they are in. And while I was waiting for the headlamp buckets, I printed my own license plates. I will be asking Michelle at Crawler Concepts to make me some metal ones, because she's done them for the rest of them. I've made these bolt heads on here silver, so they're not the black head bolts that was on the kit. What I've also done is I've removed the solid link bar on the trailer coupler, because when it was in a neutral position, it would be fighting for that as it pushed in. I have done the trailer. That's the that video will be coming up shortly. Graphics on, graphics fantastic. Yes, Andrew Shaw did them for me, of RC Truck Graphics, UK based sticker supplier. Absolutely fantastic. That is it. I did notice that on one of the videos, one of the earlier ones, that I put this in the wrong way round after I'd wrapped the wires, and it is now the correct way up. So yeah, thanks to those that pointed that out. Really enjoyed reading your comments. Yeah, glad to have you along on this build. Yeah, in the back, as you've seen on the previous videos, that the install is all in there behind this false wall that we installed, and I've just printed off some green deep button velvet decor, and that's in there. Plenty of room in here for the battery. The speaker is up in the roof. So yeah, that is it. I do like the 6 bucket rear lights. That's going to give me the red turn signals, stop tail light and the reverse light. Yeah, very happy with that, very happy indeed. So on the next video I will be showing you how all of the multifunction system works, all of the features, etc. And that's going to be it. I will be covering with my DX6 radio and other digital radios how you can set your end points so the steering is equal in either direction. When you do full lock, it's not going to strain one way or the other. So yeah, that's fantastic. I am enjoying this immensely, and I can't wait to get it out to one of the meets and show it off and park it next to my other 3 movie trucks. And then at some point in the future I'll have to get my behind into gear and get the Peterbilt 281 from Dual finished. I have started the cab, that's almost finished, and I just need to assemble the chassis. So yeah, great stuff. Thanks for having me, and thanks for watching. Click that subscribe button. I will be bringing more content of this and the other movie trucks, running and doing what they do best. And as they used to say, do it like Pruitt used to do it, or whatever. Do it like Pruitt used to do it. And I need to go and watch that series now.